Ancient Egyptian Diary Part 5 in Forge of Empires. In the meantime, the grown city on the Nile produces grain and pottery. Every day it successfully defeats 2 rebellious neighboring cities. For the duration of her visits, palm trees were planted in the city and holy statues were erected. Queen Nefertiti could actually be very satisfied, but she wants much more. So the city must continue to grow. We recall that in view of the extortionate prices of land, I had temporarily stopped purchasing more. This was obviously a consequence of the oversupply of grain on the local market. The owners are willing to let me have the land at an acceptable price if I pay with pottery rather than grain. As the productions allow it, I therefore quickly buy 3 more plots. This creates enough space for a second pottery workshop, and with a total of 4 continuously operating production facilities, a satisfactory condition is achieved. This is a basis for the timely completion of this settlement within the deadline set by Nefertiti. The only condition: cultural goods must be produced which are really needed. For this purpose now, for the very first time, it makes sense to get an idea of how much grain and pottery will still be needed until the settlement is completed. You can see that in the embassy. Important, the costs vary slightly for each settlement. Therefore, do not blindly accept my values. If you have the FoE helper, you will get all information clearly summed up in it. This is even easier than with paper and pencil. Knowing that 4 active productions are completely sufficient, you can produce for 2 or 3 days with this design of the city without further rebuilding. I even recommend that. However, you can also continue the development immediately, but then you might have to rebuild an already torn down production later again. From now on, not much can go wrong. The city is still very far from the goal, but the foundation for success is there. You can occasionally be lucky when collecting the productions and get 4 times the amount. This cannot be planned, but it is very welcome if it arrives. Here again, the tips from today summarize. Compared to the sample solution shown here, there is still room for improvement. I am simply showing a very relaxed solution that will not fail even if you occasionally can't restart a production immediately.